The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of the podcast that no one listens to. We made it, motherfuckers! Episode 75. Holy shit, 75 fucking episodes. That's one of those numbers, man. It's one of those nice fucking numbers that you just gotta stop and take it in for a second. It's like, all right, 75. All right, now what's up? What's coming up next week? So, oh man, dude, thank you all you fucking people out there fucking listening and shit. We're definitely thankful for all you guys. And this episode's great, dude. I'm going to keep this intro nice and short. Following up on last week, I guess. Like, Kevin's losing his fucking mind out there. Dude, had a fun set, dude. We had a fun set. I threw away all my fucking material, like I said. And I kind of feel like I was given, like this giant fucking, like, tool, like, that night. And I kind of, some things kind of broke down in regards to how I need to be assembling my material. Because, like, I've established I'm not good at writing these punchlines and shit. So it's like, all right, if I'm really good at premises, then let's just roll with the premises and the punchlines will come out on stage. And that's all we're going to fucking do, We're not going to fucking overthink this shit. Record every set, take everything, add in what's good, take away what's bad. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it's taken me this fucking long to fucking figure this shit out. But hey, that's how we're fucking rolling moving forward, guys. So I don't know, man. This week's been pretty eventful. I don't know. I don't know how many of you listen to the wrestling podcast I do, but fucking yeah, I don't want to like go too long on this one, but I fucking had a bad edible trip here this past Friday where like I just wasn't anticipating. I guess it's been a long time since I've eaten an edible, and I kind of forgot that feeling that you get from it. And it just, yeah, man, it literally took me till Monday to feel better. Like 100%, you kind of still have some residual brain fog those next couple days there and shit. So very thankful to be over that, and I have learned my lesson in regards to edibles. So I can at least guarantee that shit. I don't know, outside of that, dude, I mean, it's Thanksgiving, guys. Hey, this is a Thanksgiving episode. Holy shit, I didn't even fucking think about that until, like, I was, like, gonna go, record this voiceover. I was like, oh shit, this does get released on Thursday. Well, releasing it a little bit earlier, obviously anybody that actually picks up on, when these episodes are dropping, obviously we're dropping them Wednesday nights. So this one will probably go up a little bit earlier because we're spending time with family and whatnot and all that crap. So, I always joke about how I don't have the fucking internet where I'm at, but where we're going literally has nothing up there. There's literally no cell reception, so we're going deep on Thursday for Thanksgiving, guys. So enjoy the episode a little bit earlier for all of you listeners out there and whatnot that are checking this out Wednesday night. So yeah, fuck yeah, guys. And, I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for you listeners. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thankful for life, thankful for my family, thankful for my job, thankful just for, the people that are around me. I know, like, it's been kind of down lately in a sense, just like, you see the goal of what you want in life and you just want to pursue it, but then you're stuck doing the day to day. And it's just kind of, it beats you down a little bit sometimes. So I think we're getting better. I think we're doing better. So, hey, man, again, it's Thanksgiving. We can move past, shitty emotions and all that shit. And just, again, try to be thankful for what we have. We always could be, doing better and whatnot. But in that sense, though, you just got to be thankful for your surroundings and where you are in life. And learn, understand that, shit, it could be a lot fucking worse as well. So there's always things that, are a lot worse off than your current situation. I mean, I don't know. Not to get all fucking preachy, I'm not trying to fucking do that. Shut the fuck up, Kevin Porter, and fucking introduce the guest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this fucking week, we have a very special guest on this episode. We have Jack Hennessey making his debut on the podcast that no one listens to. Jack is a local comedian here in Yakima where I live, and we do the open mic every Tuesday here at Sports Center. So the way this kind of all happened, it was like I was working the open mic here a couple weeks ago, and it was the end of the show, and I was putting away a mic stand, or putting away the mic, wrapping up cords or some shit like that. And Jack comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man," because we just recently became friends on Facebook. He's like, "Hey man, you should let me get on that wrestling podcast." And I'm like, "Oh no shit, like that's a fuck yeah, dude." Like, because like ever since fucking Cody dropped off the podcast, if anybody listens to the wrestling podcast, I mean it's just me. So anytime you can like spice that shit up and get somebody else's point of view on there, it's like, dude, that's welcome. Like I'm always for that. So just in terms of scheduling all that shit that hasn't happened yet, definitely we'll fucking, you'll be seeing more of Jack Hennessey hopefully on the fucking Totally Necessary Wrestling podcast at some point. But anyway, I figured, well, scheduling wise now, let's at least, let's get him on the podcast that no one listens to. And at least, introduce them to the audience that way. And definitely, and again, I use these podcasts, a lot of times to get to know a lot of people that like I don't necessarily know very well, or haven't really ever had the chance to sit down and talk to. There's been many of episodes over the past 75 that we've done where I've, hey man, like, hanging out with Darren or Jason, fucking Brumman, and even the people that I have known for fucking years, man. We've always used this as we've always tried to use this podcast as a positive tool, something to give back to people, at least, pass the time just a little bit, take your mind off some shit. I don't fucking know. That's what I use podcasts for. So I appreciate it. When, all the free content out there, that's another thing I'm thankful for, is fucking all the free content you get out there from all you artists out there, motherfucker, hooking people up, motherfucker. So, again, not trying to go too long winded on this shit, but again, Jack he's a cool kid, man. He's a cool fucking kid. And I'm really happy to be able to introduce you to, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Hennessey.
All aboard!
Yo, what it is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all-new episode of the podcast that no one listens to. I'm your host, Kevin Porter, and on this week's episode, we have a very special guest, motherfucking Jack Hennessey. Welcome to the podcast, dude.
Hey, I'm here.
Dude, fuck yeah, you're here, dude.
I'm here.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
definitely here.
I'm so happy you came on, dude, because like this is like kind of came on all of a sudden and shit, dude, because like we only met like what, like 3 weeks ago. You started rolling down to the open mic down there on Tuesday nights at Sports Center, and then one thing, and then just this last Tuesday I'm putting fucking mics away. You're like, hey man, let me get on that fucking wrestling podcast, It's just like, fuck, here we are 2 days later getting you on the podcast that no one listens to, dude. So
nobody listens to it at all?
No, dude, we got people who listen.
Just a few.
It's a gag name, dude. Because I used to do a public access show. Like when I was like 19, dude, I started this public access show called Spin This with Kevin Porter.
Yeah.
And like we went from 2005 to like 2014, and like within that time frame, like even back in the day in like MySpace, we always fucked around with radio type shit, like doing like a Spin This radio. Yeah. And for the longest time, we did a podcast. Just kind of not like weekly or anything, nothing like consistent like this or anything. Yeah. We would do one like every once in a while and whatnot. And so like I wanted to get back into the podcast game because we stopped doing the show. Like I was in a band for a little bit, but like my friend was like, he's kind of like he had other things he had to attend to in life and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, what am I gonna do? So like I started doing the podcast. And whenever I did the Spin This with Kevin Porter podcast, nobody fucking listens. Like nobody because like it was just kind of one of those things. Like I don't know, people just get older and they get a little tired of dick and fart jokes, I guess. But like literally nobody was listening to it at that point. So it's like, all right, well let's call it let's rebrand this shit and call it the podcast that no one listens to. And here we are, fucking a year and a half later, and people are listening. So yeah, it's a testament to the fucking name, dude. But yeah, man, fucking I definitely wanted to have you on here, man. Just kind of like, again, like I use this podcast as a way to kind of meet people, get to know people and stuff, and like, it's interesting, seeing you come down to the open mics, man. So like, tell me your story, dude. What's your journey in comedy and, fucking A, dude?
So, I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota originally.
No shit.
Yeah. And all my family lives over there, except my parents who live here right now. My brother actually just moved back there to go to the University of Minnesota 2 years ago. And I moved around a little bit as a kid, lived in Phoenix and California as well. And then I moved here in 2003, lived here ever since. and I graduated from West Valley High School in 2014. And I've kind of gone to college off and on, worked a few different jobs, and comedy is one thing that who knows if it'll be a career thing, but it's something that I always wanted to try. And I ran into Parker, who I had known a little bit from when I went to West Valley.
It's Parker Jones, right?
Yeah. I ran into him. He was working his job holding signs by the college, and then he told me about the open mic thing. I'm like, oh, I've had some material and stuff kept in my phone for a while, so that would be a perfect platform. And now it's become kind of a can't miss thing for me,
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, man. Well, like, yeah, dude, like, and that's just like, like you talk about the dream and whatnot, dude. Like, I've been fucking pursuing this dream for like damn near fucking like 15 fucking years at this point, it feels like, dude. Because like, man, you're like, oh, I just graduated in 2004, 2014 or whatever, dude. I graduated in 2004 and shit, dude. It's just it's good to see fresh blood within the, good to see kids out there fucking pursuing that.
Yeah,
shit.
Definitely. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of aspirations I have, and whether it's, in 6, I'll work all the jobs that I may love or may not like, retail, stuff like that. I'll do all that, and then, I'll do things for work and stuff that I may not always prefer doing, but I have aspirations, and I'm never going to let those things go, whether my big break comes in 6 months or in a decade. Like, I'll always keep it in mind no matter what I have to do to support myself, financial-wise and stuff.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. I've had a day job my whole entire, like, ever since ever since I graduated high school back in like 04, 05 and shit, dude. It was like, yeah, no, like, you have the day job, and then you just try to get on stage as much as you fucking can. Yeah,
definitely.
Dude. Because I remember the first time I ever did stand up. It was I was like, I don't know, like I was like 23, 24 somewhere.
Yeah, I'm 22 right now.
Yeah, dude. So I was right there within that same age range, man. And like my buddy was turning like 25 or some shit in his band. Have you ever heard of Bad Habit? Eric Smestad?
I don't think so.
Okay. No. Well, there's a local band
here.
Heard
of a few local bands, but I don't think I've heard of that
Bad
one.
Habit's like definitely like they're probably like one of the more bigger names in regards to this local scene here, at the moment or whatnot. But nonetheless, so my buddy was like, yeah, dude, fucking, you can do stand-up comedy. And and it was supposed to be me and my friend Bert, and he used to be on my TV show, and we were supposed to do this like little sketch type thing. We were going to do like this, spoken word sketch. We wrote out a script and shit.
Almost like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And so like, cause the original intent wasn't necessarily to do straight stand-up, but then he got fucking too much anxiety over the situation. Yeah. So he ended up just like fucking pulling out completely. And I was like kind of left with like, all right, well, I got 2 weeks until this. I guess I'm just going to do this. And so I went up there and bombed like, so, the word, I bombed really fucking hard, but at the same time, as that fucking bug was fucking lit, dude. And it's intense, dude, the first time getting on stage and shit. And like the second time.
Oh, definitely. Like, yeah. Like the first time I did it, like I could barely talk, but now I've gotten a little better at it. The first time, like, I just remember like I was like stiff, like I was frozen, but now it's getting a little better,
Yeah, and again, dude, it's just like, it just takes practice.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's like, yeah, I still to this day, dude, I still feel like, I'm fucking, the first time that like was just last week or whatever, dude. I mean, you get used to it though. You do build confidence in regards to it, but like, do you have any other like experience like doing plays or anything, or just that you just kind of like?
I was in one play when I was in fourth grade. They had little like music things you did when you're in elementary school, but there was one play that was like a voluntary, like before or after school you rehearsed it and stuff.
That's what's up.
That was the one thing I did when I was in fourth grade.
Yeah.
I did this play. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So like, but you always had that like that drive though, just to be in front of people and shit.
Yeah, I do, because it's like I'm stage fright. But, like, I've always heard people say that. I mean, I'm not stage fright, but I get nervous, obviously.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you're always going to have those butterflies never go away.
Yeah, but it's like, are you content with just, your life's going to be boring if you just stay in your comfort zone. So that's it. Like, no matter how weird it feels, you just got to do it, or you can just, be bored and that's your life because you don't want to ever step out of your comfort zone, So it's like there's a lot of things I've wanted to do, and I've done them. And it may not be a career thing, but like I know that I did it. Like I know that it's a couple different things. Like comedy. Mm-hmm. My friend has a little like upstart clothing brand, and it's been like, I don't know if this sounds sus to other people, but like he is displayed in like a fashion runway, and I've been in like a fashion runway.
That's
show.
badass,
Like,
dude. That's
cool. Like
badass.
I've done those like
of course
4 times, and then I've dabbled into like some like photography and model stuff like on both sides of the camera.
Okay, cool.
You know, like, I've done all those things, and who knows if I can ever craft a career out of any of those things. But I'm glad that I've got my foot in the door in all those things.
Yeah, and you got to remember, dude, like you're taking little pieces from every single little thing you try to do, and everything you try, you're building this portfolio in regards to like your, kind of like that career, and not necessarily a career, but just that yearning just to make it more and stuff. Make it bigger and stuff. And you're always, because like, I don't know, it's a hustle, dude. Like you're always like everybody within this like, this game, dude. It's just like you're hustling. You're always, there's always a project going on.
And it's like, you hear people who are like, 40, 50 years old, and they're like, oh, I wish I, could have been an artist, or could have done this, or could have done that. And it's like, I've done all these things I want to do, and it may not turn into $1 million career, but it's like I've done all these things so I can say I've had that experience. Not because so I can tell people, but like so I know I had that experience.
It's, definitely, dude. I mean, you gotta, just be like going out and putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, like, and again, man, I think that's a lot of people that's lost on, because a lot of people won't get up and go out and, pick up the microphone, dude.
Yeah.
And because like, I don't know, there's just something about comedy, because like every time I go up there, dude, like it's not like, we're going up there and killing it. It's not like we're going up there and fucking killing the room, but we're learning every single fucking time we go up there. There's something different we do that, is a little bit different than we did before. And, we're going to take that experience and then, next week. And it's just like, you can never give up on something like that.
That's what I've been doing these first few times. The first time was, like an experiment to see how it goes. And then from there it was like, oh, can I, go on for a longer length of time? And then now it's like not so much the time, but it's like you should dabble into different genres of comedy. Yeah. And then like you have a piece about like a personal experience, a piece about pop culture, and just something else. Like I try to like differentiate.
Right about things and stuff and whatnot. And and that's like a really good point, man. I mean, you constantly got to be doing different things, man. You got definitely finding your voice in regards to that aspect, man. You never stop learning in regards to how to present your material and like what your material is and stuff, dude. Because like I said, man, I've been getting on stage, dude, for a fucking long time at this point, dude. I still, dude, to this day, man, it's just like, fuck, what is my voice? I still don't know what the fuck my voice is or anything like that.
Was there another place they used to do? There used to be like a comedy club here or something?
Dude, there used to be like, all right, so like when I started doing comedy, like, so I did those shows and like I got up on stage and shit. And, like my second show, I opened for one of my other friends' bands.
Yeah.
And like some drunk guy fucking pulled the mic, or he came up on stage as I'm doing my jokes, and he like tried to fucking unplug the fucking microphone and shit. And I remember, because I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day, and so like I was smoking a cigarette outside, and he's like, "Gee, he's all fucking drunk." He's like, "We just weren't that funny," or whatever. And so like I don't know, but soon after that, we out there in Sela, we had Carmen's Comedy Club.
Yeah. My dad saw Jeff Dye there. If you know who that is, like,
who?
It's Jeff Dye.
Okay, Jeff Dye.
And Brandon, the host of the Sports Centers, he told me he used to like work with him.
Okay.
At some comedy club in Seattle before he was coming up, but he had a show on like. He went on to have like a show on MTV and stuff for a while.
I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
He's
but...
from Seattle originally.
Okay. That's bad fucking ass, dude.
But that was in like 2011 for
then that was like 2000. Yeah, that was like they opened. I think I want to say like around 2008, 2009, somewhere within there. But they started doing the open mics there, and so I started doing open mics on Sundays with Aaron Bennett.
Yeah.
And he's in Manic Thunder. Have you heard about Manic Thunder?
I don't know.
They're a comedy troupe. They've been a comedy troupe here in Yakima for like 10 years at this point, and currently they do shows out of 4th Street Theater down the theater behind the Capitol Theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they do monthly shows there through the Capitol and whatnot. But anyway, like we started doing open mics there, and then from there, dude, it just like once unfortunately that place closed down a couple years later. But then, like, Aaron and Timmy had the Laugh Lounge over there at the old, I think, like, the Clarion or whatever down on 1st Street.
Oh, the hotel.
Yeah. The
yeah.
Hotel.
I think I remember hearing something like that.
So we had an open mic there for a time being. And then it's just been kind of sporadic. And then just this last year and a half, I remember hearing about, Jesse and Ed, opening up, or starting the open mic down there at Sports Center. And it wasn't really until this summer, dude, where I started getting back into doing stand-up. And here we are now, So... because there's always been open mics, but like comedy open mics is definitely, it's kind of always come in waves here in Yakima. Like, for a while there'll be some shit going on, and then it kind of dies down for a bit. But it's like right now, like I was talking to Brandon last night, and like we were just talking about the scene that we have going on now, dude, and like the people that are rolling in that are coming in to perform, and like you guys, you and part, you know, you guys rolling in and shit. It's just like, it's fucking, we have a scene going on.
Yeah, because it's kind of the same group of people now, like since I've gone for like a month now. Yeah,
dude, and fuck, man, it's just, it's cool as shit to see other people get up there and develop their craft and shit. Like, it's just like Jaime, dude. Like I haven't seen, because like apparently he started within this like year and a half run that Sports Center's been around, dude. Yeah. So he's been at it hard every week for the past year and a half, dude. And you can see the fucking work in his, in everything that he does, man. Like you can see where it's paying off. And it's just like, man, I don't know. Like personally, me, dude, like I just have that drive, just much like yourself, dude. Where it's like, you want to go out and just fucking tackle the world, dude. Like, you got to keep a positive, like, fucking mental attitude in terms of life. And, like, you can never let, I may go up there every fucking Tuesday and bomb and fucking no one's going to laugh. But you know what? The next time I come back, I'm going to be just a little bit better. Yeah, you're going to be just that much better, dude. And it's like, all the greats, like I always tell myself, dude, it's like Rome's never fucking built overnight. Like the greats take 25 years.
I was just watching. I just came across it yesterday. I was watching this like Daniel Tosh set from like 2000.
I love Daniel Tosh,
from 2001.
Yeah,
where he was paying his dues. It was like 3 minutes long. And
no, these guys start, their careers, dude, in their 20s, like you're fucking doing, and like these people grind it out week after week and week. The greats, are doing it every week, every day, constantly fucking boom, 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 just putting it together, dude. And again, like you said, man, like this may never lead to anything, but
it's like you can know that you try to put yourself out there, and a lot of other people are just like, oh, I want to do these things. I want to be a painter or something. It might not be a, entertainment job. It could be medical, whatever. But they never did it because they were too scared because they, developed too much of a comfort zone. And then they're, 50 years old, regretting that they never even gave one little bit of a try at it.
Yeah, dude, honestly, that's a driving factor for me. I don't want to wake up like 60 and just be like, I never did anything with my life,
Yeah.
I have leveling, varying degrees of success in my life, but like I can definitely say when it comes to that pursuing of entertainment, and whether it be a public access show or, being in a band or fucking doing stand-up comedy or being in a movie or doing a play or any of those fucking things, dude, like you just never give up, dude. Like you just never, like the opportunities will come, dude, and you just never say no. Like, oh, I have this, this week, this next week. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I will be there every single time. And, that chance will come, dude. And it's amazing, dude. It's just amazing to see it work.
Because it's like you got to do it for free, but, like, every millionaire might have started off as a, an unpaid intern or something.
Yeah, dude.
Like that,
I did a public access show for 9 fucking years straight, like, every fucking week. No questions. We're doing something, whether it be editing, shooting, whatever, dude. Yeah. And I never made fucking one damn time off those 9 years, but the experience I got from that,
it was like the first time I did one of those little like style shows. I'm admitting something, but for the rehearsal the day before, I called out of my job that night. But I was like, I said no to like.
I think we've all done that, dude.
I said no. I said no to like $50, but it's like I had a much better time with these 2 days with these people. Making no money than, making $50, doing something that I, prefer not to do.
Yeah. And as you get better, dude, the paydays will come, like they do come. The talent, like the cream always rises to the top in regards to shit like that.
You just got to remember that, no matter what, it's just not going to happen overnight. And that's something I've, come to realize as I've, grown up.
Yeah, once you accept that, dude, then the fucking it fucking you put that shit out in the universe, dude. The universe will respond and it'll respond accordingly, and it will fucking open those doors and allow you to walk through those doors and fucking fucking just keep pursuing it, man. And like you're at that young age, dude. It's just like fuck, man. I fucking blows my mind whenever I talk to anybody your age, man, because it's just like fuck, dude. Like that was me 10 years ago, and it's just like fuck, dude. Like. Dude, keep at it. Like, if anything, it's just, like, the constant motivation in regards to, like, pursuing a dream.
Because I hear people I know who go to college or do whatever, they're always, like, stressing out. They're like, oh, I got to change my major. I got to do this. And it's like, yeah, and I'm taking one college class right now, and I'm trying to make my way, but I just feel like, and of course I want stability in my life, and I think I'm getting there pretty well, But another thing is like you just like 22. There's a lot of difference between people my age. Some people are married with kids, and some people are me.
Dude, I was married at 22, dude. I had a kid at 19 and shit, dude.
And I'm single. I just gone to college and worked a few jobs and stuff. But it's like it just I think of myself right now. Like I still have my whole life ahead of me, even though I'm 20. I'm 4 years out of high school, but I have my whole life ahead of me to do 20 different things.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to stress out if one thing doesn't go right for you now.
See, that's a very like a fucking wise attitude that you have, dude. Because honestly, I couldn't really say I had that attitude. I had like a very like a driven attitude, but at the same time, I didn't put value into like a lot of things that I put value into now. Like now, instead of going out to the the comedy show and drinking and getting fucking wasted and just hanging out with my friends, like I'm there for stage time, dude. Like I'm not there to fucking bullshit with people. I'm not there to fucking, don't get me wrong, like all is said in fun, we all, that's what we do. But at the same time, my main goal of going out on a Tuesday night is to fucking get stage time and to fucking work for what I want to achieve, man. I just like, I don't know, dude, just seeing like, just within that, the brief interaction we're having, man, it's like, it's cool to hear you say the things that you have said, dude, because that does show you have a very wise mentality towards life in regards to what goals you want to accomplish in life and shit.
Sure.
Dude. Like, that's fucking, it's cool to see that shit, man. Hell yeah.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Fucking grinding, dude. So yeah, I mean, we can totally switch fucking subjects, and I know, again, the way we connected in regards to doing this podcast was wrestling, dude. Because you dropped some pretty heavy events that you were like, oh yeah, dude, I was here, man. Yeah. Like, yeah, dude, what's up? Tell me your fucking journey into pro wrestling, bro.
Okay, so in 2005, I was at my grandma's house, and that was when like SmackDown was on UPN, I think.
Yeah, but I remember SmackDown in 2005.
Yeah. So it was in 2005. I used to like go to my grandparents' house for like a month in Minnesota because I was just a little kid. But so my cousin was watching SmackDown, and then I remember seeing like Batista and The Undertaker and Eddie Guerrero. And it was during like the Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio when
it was good that SummerSlam fucking feud in 05, dude. Yeah. I
had no. I was
they had the feud over Dominic.
Yeah,
dude, I know.
The ladder match for the custody of Dominic. So like at the time I had no clue what was going on, but I was like, whoa, like this is really cool. Like so then it was like I tuned in the next week when I was at my other grandparents' house because like my whole family. So I'd like switch halfway through to go to my dad's parents' house during this like month-long trip. So I watched it, and I remember I went to like Target or something, and I saw the figures, and I was kind of mesmerized. But whatever, my 8-year-old mind, whatever, I forgot, and it got me out like real quick. Anyway, so fast forward 2 years, my friend in 5th grade had the game, the SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. And
I had a copy of that.
Yeah. That was before we had iPhones and iPads, so we would go on the computer to look at websites and stuff. And then I remember I went over to his house and played that game. And then I wound up watching, Raw and SmackDown that week, and I got into it. And that was the week fucking McMahon's limo blew up.
Oh, no shit.
And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, I thought he was actually dead. And then a week later...
Yeah,
we all knew what happened, right?
Yeah. No, dude.
So then my mom...
Fucking for anybody that's not a wrestling fan out there, that was the week after Vince McMahon's limo blew up. Literally killing off his character for good at supposedly fucking Chris Benoit murders his family and throws the whole fucking wrestling federation upside down, dude.
They say,
and you're like a kid when this shit happens, dude. Like I was like 20, my 20s when this shit happened. That shocked me, 11, dude. Yeah, dude.
But like now I see on Twitter, like he hung himself on a Bowflex, and they say that he hung himself on a Bowflex because he got sick of those Michael Palinko advertisements, the ones where he was like, "I'm 50 years old and I'm playing in a rock band."
Oh my god!
But anyway, that happened, and my mom, it freaked my mom out. She saw it on CNN.
Yeah, it was national news, dude.
But eventually, like...
I remember the day that happened, not to cut you off, but, like, I was at work, and I was sitting at my computer, dude, and, like, I remember, because the night before, they had that Night of Champions pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to fight...
beat CM Punk.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight CM Punk and shit, and then, like, I remember hearing, I was like, what the fuck, John Morrison? What the fuck? Chris Benoit? What the fuck? And then, like... They're like, oh, Chris Benoit didn't show up because he wasn't da-da-da-da-da. He missed some house shows because I read the dirt sheets and shit at the time.
Yeah.
And, like, then like, an hour later, dude, they fucking reported it, and I was shocked, dude. Like, I was 100% shocked when that happened.
So, how I found out about was I was 10 years old now is when I would, like, ride my bike over to my friend's house and play video game stuff. We're on WWE.com on his, like, home computer.
Yeah.
And we scroll down, and it says Benoit family found dead. And I'm like,
yeah, I saw the
shit,
same shit, dude. What the fuck?
And then, like, it was... Yeah,
dude, that was fucking depressing, dude. Like, I remember watching, like, I didn't have cable at the time, so I had to, like, after work, instead of going home, I went to my mom's house to watch it and shit. And it was just like, I watched that Raw, and it was just like, I left halfway through. I was like, I can't fucking watch this.
Yeah, I was just like where they would, like, have the wrestlers, like, sitting there talking about them or whatever, and then, like, it, like, showed some of his old matches, I remember. But eventually, I remember Eventually, I got past that, and, like, it was that whole summer 2007, like, I was really invested. And then from then on, like, it was just, like, that was my thing. All the video games, you know, that was before I had money. So, like, my parents, like, bought me a few, like, John Cena shirts for my birthday and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then I remember the first figure my dad bought for me. It was, like, this special, like, Cena one where he had, like, the Chain Gang, like, basketball jersey on it. It had, like, the little toy, like, spinning U.S. title.
Yeah.
And then my first show my dad took me to was in, like, February 2009 here at the Sundome. It was, like, SmackDown. And then a week later, we went to the pay-per-view in Seattle, No Way Out 2009.
Dude, I was at that.
You were? The one where Edge, like...
Dude, no, I was, I was at both those shows. I went to that house show.
Yeah, where it was like Triple H and Undertaker and stuff.
Yeah, and fucking Big Show. It was Big Show, and then that
Kozlov against Undertaker and
Triple
H.
And the Edge versus fucking Jeff Hardy and shit, dude.
And then,
dude, yeah, I was at those. And when I went to the one in Seattle, I still have the shirt from the fucking show.
With the matches on the back.
Yeah, I fucking, dude, straight up Shane McMahon went through the fucking table.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and fucking Orton moved.
Triple H won the fucking world title in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and then fucking Edge came back and attacked pre-New Day Kofi Kingston to get into the other one.
Yep. Dude, that's fucking insane, dude. Holy shit.
And then, and so that was my Christmas present, the No Way Out tickets. And then, like, later on, that Yakima one got announced. Mm-hmm. So that was my Christmas present, the No Way Out one.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude.
And I was, like, the day before, like, I was sick as fuck. I had the flu, and my dad was like, oh, I don't know if we should go.
Oh,
like,
no,
I don't give a
not.
fuck. And, like, the whole time, like, driving to Seattle, my dad was like, oh, you look fucking horrible. Like, there's no way we're going to make it through this. But then, like, I remember we got to the hotel and, like, got something to drink and stuff. But then, like, I remember I felt horrible, like, those whole 2 days. But as soon as I, like, sat down in the arena, I felt fine. Yeah. And then it was like, that was it. And then, what is it? What else?
That's fucking crazy, dude. What I remember about that show is, like, me and my wife, we had gone and got beer in the fucking, the Key Arena fucking lobby or whatever. Yeah. And they told us we couldn't fucking take it into the main fucking area at our fucking seats and shit because they were too worried about people throwing fucking cups at, like, the fucking ring or shit. Because we had seats in the lower bowl.
Oh, the floor? I was sitting, like...
I wasn't on the floor, but I was on that lower bowl.
Oh, yeah, we were in, like, the 100 level, like, you know how, like, because they were advertising WrestleMania, that's the WrestleMania 25 star. We were sitting, like, behind that.
Okay,
below it.
Yeah, like, we were, if, like, you were the WrestleMania sign, you were facing towards, like, the actual entrance.
Yes.
I was on that left-hand side on that lower bowl towards, like, the floor and shit. But we were still pretty far back, dude. But I remember, like, when the Undertaker came out and the fucking flames came up.
Yeah, it was so fucking hot. Yeah, and I saw the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and did I see him one other time besides at WrestleMania 32? I don't think I did, but I guess that was at AT&T Stadium, which was fucking huge. So, but yeah, I remember it was so hot. That was weird. And then I remember I fucking covered my ears for Edge's fireworks.
Oh no shit, dude. No, oh man.
And like I loved Cena at the time a lot. And I remember Cena in that Elimination Chamber got pinned in like 2 fucking.
Oh, I know,
minutes.
dude. Yeah, he got fucking bounced.
I was like, what? Like you could see him in the little pod, like getting all pumped up, and I was so excited, and he wasn't in there for 2 minutes.
I remember seeing. It was in 2006, dude. It was there was a Raw brand house show that came through.
Yeah.
And nobody was at. It was like a Sunday show, dude. And like me and my buddy, we had just general like mission tickets for the top or whatever. And since there was nobody there, we ended up just going down and getting onto the floor, dude. And like fucking John Cena was taking an edge because it was right during that time frame.
Yeah.
It was right like Backlash 06, so it was right after WrestleMania 22
when he beat Triple H.
Yeah, so like fucking they were doing their thing and shit, and like we were just heckling the shit out of John Cena,
Really?
dude. So this would have been like right when he was like your fucking Hulk Hogan, dude. You know?
So then,
oh man, I always talk shit about John Cena back then, dude. I was
what
one
was
of those guys.
the next show I went to after that? It was in like 2010. It was another Yakima one, and like it was Edge and Rey Mysterio and Jericho and CM Punk all here. And Punk
too.
was on that straight
talking
edge
shit,
society
and
shit.
he was talking shit about like I remember Jericho.
Jericho said the thing about Mexico.
Yeah, he said that.
And
Yeah.
a fucking soda went hurling in the ring.
I remember me and my he's my oldest now. My oldest is 13. But he was young then at that time. He was like fucking like 5. So like we fucking made a Rey, because his favorite wrestler was Rey Mysterio, dude. So we fucking made the Rey Mysterio sign and shit, dude. And like, yeah, I remember that show though.
And then there was another one at the end of 2010. Remember, was that cage match? Were you at that one?
Was that I don't know
the
if
Nexus and stuff.
Yeah, and Randy Orton and shit,
and
dude.
Wade Barrett and Sheamus.
Yeah.
I had first row for that
That's
one.
dope.
The
We
very
sat at
first row.
we were in those bleacher area, kind of like towards off the entrance or whatever. Dude, that was a fun. I remember seeing that fucking cage match. That was pretty cool, dude.
We were in the first, like the very, like the entrance thing was here, and then we were to like the right in the first row.
That's fucking. Those are good seats, dude.
And then what was another one? There was that other one in like 2011 when like Cena and Christian and Orton and
they
all
had that
them were
8-man
there.
tag.
Yeah, and it was like in the fucking
it was
afternoon.
right after,
I remember.
yeah, dude. It was weird because it was like that same weekend that Randy Savage had died.
Yeah, it was like the day after.
Yeah. It was like because I remember the next day they had the pay-per-view up in Seattle.
Yeah, the Over the Limit. Yeah.
And I remember CM Punk like I don't know if he wore tights that were like Macho Man-esque.
Yeah, they were like
pink
pink with like kind of like the stars. Like
he did like the WrestleMania 3 fucking tights. But yeah, no, I was at that show too, dude. Yeah, okay.
And then there was the one the next year. Remember, like Cena and Kane were here.
Yeah, and then CM
one.
Punk and
I
like
was
Dolph
at that one
Ziggler in the
too.
main
and
event.
And then after like WrestleMania 28, I kind of like, I don't know. I was in like the middle of high school. I was a sophomore, so.
Oh, dude, I did the same shit.
I kind of lost interest for like a year, and I watched a couple pay-per-views, but that was it. Because I remember I heard The Rock came back. And I knew when he was gonna be in the title match with Royal Rumble, he was gonna fucking win the title. So it's
of
like,
course,
all right, that's must see shit.
See that shit.
And then I remember I watched it, from like WrestleMania season, and then I kind of like became disinterested again. But then once WrestleMania season in 2014 rolled around, that's when I got back into it, like hardcore again. Right. I mean, there's been points in time where like the product's so fucking hard to watch. I can't do it. But like,
it's pretty fucking. It's very. I don't know, dude. It's all smudged together.
I know it's fucking
dude,
putrid. And then like when they're moving SmackDown to Fox like next
that's
year.
crazy, dude. 2019.
They said they're gonna take away the brand extension, but it's like, why? Like, there's too many.
Yeah, there's too many
people.
Yeah, and I talk about that on the wrestling podcast I do, dude. Like I talk about that a lot, where it's like. It's just such a bloated fucking roster at this point. And like WWE is such a fucking like they're Disney, dude. Like they're the biggest fucking company. So like they're just signing up
because like they don't give a fuck because it's like you got in like the 80s you had like the WWF, but then you had the territories and stuff. So like there was competition. Yeah. Now there's no fucking. You have the independence, but it's like that's not ever gonna be WWE.
But bro, like what's going on now? Like the way like the landscape has changed in the last fucking like just the last like 5 fucking years, dude. Like we were talking about before we started recording, but like just with all these like there's all these federations that are popping up across the United States. Like it's like so every state basically has like its own major kind of independent promotion that's being run. And so all these independent wrestlers from like fucking are having the time to go out there and work every single fucking weekend. And it is kind of like that territory system in a sense.
It's getting to it.
Yeah.
In a sense,
And then you have like New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Them basically they sold out Madison Square Garden.
They sold it.
You didn't hear about that?
Well, I know they did. I watched All In.
Okay.
I watched All In. I didn't see the Madison Square Garden.
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah, they're doing it next year.
WrestleMania. Yeah. Dude, I'm just saying, dude. Like when the Jericho Cruise, dude, that's a sellout. And like,
I saw
All In, dude. Like that's like it's.
That was crazy. I know some people who went to that because I have like I have a lot of friends I've made through on Twitter and stuff that live elsewhere, and that's actually who I'm going to the Royal Rumble with.
Dude, you were telling me, dude. You got tickets to go to the Royal Rumble this year, man. Because like. That's fucking cool, dude. Because like a lot of these things, man. Like I've just like I don't have like a lot of people that like I really like, you know, like, oh man, let's go to WrestleMania with, you know, or anything like that, dude. But just like to hear that you go to those, I mean, like that's fucking badass, dude.
I went to WrestleMania with my brother. He's 20.
Okay.
Right now he's 20. But my friend who's 27 and his wife, they flew down there too, but they were on like a kind of a different schedule. Right. They stayed at a different place, but we were all together on that Sunday.
Okay. So yeah, dude. So you went to how many WrestleManias you been?
Just 32.
Just 32. Yeah. So yeah, tell me your fucking like experience on that.
It wasn't so I flew into Dallas, and then this guy picks us up in the Uber, and he's like, "Oh, are y'all here for that WWE?" I'm like, "What else?" Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, I just picked up some people who flew all the way from San Diego for it." I'm like,
all the way from San Diego.
I'm like, "Well, we're from Washington State." He's like, "Oh, you guys seem like that age demographic." So then, I mean, we flew in on like a Saturday, so like we couldn't really afford to like go to Access or nothing like that. But so then the next day we just so have you ever seen the show Swerved? I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
So there's one episode that took place on that WrestleMania Sunday where Paige and Alicia Fox have like furry suits on.
I think it.
Yeah. So. I didn't know it at the time, but they walked right up to me.
Oh, no
in
shit.
Those suits. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I just walked away. And then sure enough, my brother shows me on Instagram, oh, it was them in the suits a little bit later.
Dude.
And I remember we were walking around the stadium to like get into one of the entrances to like get in line. And I see these fucking like armed guards in riot gear like escorting a vehicle out. And then it's fucking Mick Foley and his daughter in the vehicle.
Oh, no shit.
And then we get in line. I run into these people I've known from like Twitter and stuff for like 8 years. Mm-hmm. So I got in line with them, and I don't know if you heard about what happened at that WrestleMania, but like there was either like a Wi-Fi problem in the stadium.
Yeah,
and like I was stuck outside for like, so I missed like part of the pre-show, like the first.
It was a fucking Ryback and Kalisto.
Yeah. I got it.
I remember walking.
And it was fucking empty.
Yeah, it was weird because I was watching it on the network and shit. I'm like, oh, there's like nobody there.
Yeah, like, and it's like, and then we were all outside. We're like, yo, it's fucking starting, but no one's in the fucking stadium because we're all trapped out here. And then so I finally got in the stadium during the match, the pre-show match. It was like the fucking Dudley Boys and Usos or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I remember like their entrance was happening like as soon as I got in my seat. And anyway, I'll bring up a picture. I'll show you where I was sitting.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So like I got there and like there's like 100,000 people supposedly.
I know.
Yeah, because it's like disputed. Because now they're like, oh, those numbers are for like entertainment.
We had an overflow.
It was counting the workers or something. But
WWE's so full of shit when it comes to those numbers, dude.
Like that's where I sat.
Oh damn! Those are
like
good.
The 133.
Yeah, that's like a good fucking view, dude.
And then
wow, that's a beautiful fucking picture, man.
And I remember like, was the first match? Oh, the first match was that ladder match. But then they had the New Day and the League of Nations, which was like a shitty, shitty match because like they wasn't even like for the titles. And they were like, the New Day lost. It's like, why? Like that was when they were like really fucking hot. Like they were white hot.
Yeah.
And then you hear Shawn Michaels music. We're like, what the fuck? He has like his wrestling pants on. And then Mick Foley, and we're like, oh, it's gonna be someone big as the last. Yeah. Fucking the glass breaks. That is the loudest I've ever heard a fucking stadium in my life.
Oh hell yeah! Son.
And then when that segment happened, I remember I could tell which person the camera was on because it was like one at a time. Like Shawn Michaels beat a guy up, then Mick Foley did, then Austin did, and then we're like, oh look, Austin's in the corner getting fucking kicked by Rusev. So obviously the camera's on one of the other legends.
Right.
And then what else?
We saw Shane McMahon fucking come off.
Oh yeah, that
Hell in a Cell.
When he fucking jumped off, it was like
that match was so boring, dude. But like, yeah, once they got to that spot, dude.
I was like, oh, these guys are old as fuck. Like this is unnecessary. But then remember, like the roster was really depleted at that time. Like Rollins was hurt.
Yeah, and Cena was out too.
Cena was out, even though he did that thing with The Rock.
Yeah.
But it was so like the roster was depleted, so it was like this isn't gonna be the best WrestleMania ever. But it's kind of like the experience of it over the match card. And it was like, I remember that fucking Shane McMahon match. It was like so technical, and it just felt like it went.
Yeah, it was
forever.
it was kind of like I felt like an MMA fight
Yeah.
to a point. They were doing a lot of like submissions, rest holds, and shit. And like it wasn't like it was all right, but it was like. I was like, all right, it shouldn't have gone 25 fucking minutes or however long it went.
And then they went out of the cage, and Shane McMahon, you could tell, was using all his fucking strength to climb up that cage, and then he's like just laying down, like looking up at the sky, because that ceiling's like the top of AT&T Stadium's like it's like open roof, and then
that's crazy.
And then I'm like, there's no way he's gonna fucking jump, and then like, cause you can't see everything from where I was at, so you just see he jumped. And then, like, it felt like time stood still, and you just heard the fucking crash. Boom. And then I remember, like, you just, like, the time just, like, stood still. Like, I have a video of it on my phone, but, like...
Yeah.
And then, then Taker they just went back in the ring, and Taker basically just won after that. Yeah, it was, like, it was fucking stupid. Yeah. And that was this thing about...
fucking stupid.
That was the shitty thing about that WrestleMania, because then it was, like, the next night on Monday Night Raw, like... Nothing that happened fucking mattered anyway. Like,
because Shane walks out and they still gave him the controller.
Yeah. And then Reigns won the title, and that was that. And then
how was the crowd like being in the crowd? Because that crowd like basically shat all over.
Yeah. And I had a Reigns shirt on.
Yeah, did you?
And then what was it? Oh, they had that fucking battle royal, and I was like, oh, like this is meaningless. I'm just gonna sit back and look at Twitter for a few minutes, and then fucking Shaq comes out. I'm like, oh, this is interesting now.
Fucking that's right. Shaq came out for that. Yeah.
And then what was it? So like I remember there was the rumors that like WWE like piped in like cheers for Reigns through a sound system, but the crowd fucking shit all over him in that match. Like I was like screaming and cheering like because I had a Reigns shirt on. I kind of do it as like a troll thing. Like I like Reigns, but like I kind of like to be like a fucking troll to all the people who like him. And then I was just like screaming like after he won the match, and this guy just walked up to me and just shook his head at me.
That's badass, dude. Hell yeah, dude. See, I love doing that shit too, because like I like Roman Reigns, dude. Like I don't necessarily shit all over him or anything. Like I've at certain points have been like, all right, well maybe we can do this or that, but like for the generally like I've always enjoyed his matches, like the ones that he had with like AJ Styles back AJ Styles after WrestleMania 32, dude, like I remember watching those and like just really being entertained with those programs, and just like I've always enjoyed his work.
I still another thing, like in the Shane McMahon match when the money fell down, all the money was coming out. I got one.
Oh, so that's dope, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
What was it? So then like, what was it? It was pretty uneventful. Well, no, it was fucking hell getting out of that stadium because it was like.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah, but luckily we stayed like right up the street. But still, like, we went. Have you ever heard the Lapsed Fan podcast?
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah,
no.
they were doing it like live in the parking lot, so that kind of killed time for a while.
Oh, fuck yeah, it gives you something to fucking do and watch.
Yeah, while the fucking Uber fares go down. And then, but I remember like they used
the fucking cost right outside that stadium would be fucking ridiculous.
And then I remember, can you remember in that intro they used fucking "Remember the Name" by Fort Minor?
I don't know.
Like in the intro,
all the music kind of like it
was the "Remember the Name," which was like a fucking decade-old song or more. And then I remember in the podcast, those guys were like, "Oh, they only fucking used that a decade late."
Oh, jeez.
And it was like they were talking about how in that WrestleMania, all the fucking Attitude Era guys got the biggest pops of the night.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like they still do that now, like the fucking Crown Jewel and shit. Like,
God,
that was the whole point. Like Jeff Hardy and the DX,
Rey Mysterio.
And I remember seeing the tweets because I didn't watch that live because I was at school and stuff. And
I watched it live, and it was like I didn't get to pay like 100% attention to it because I was doing other things. But like. It like nothing really like stood. I mean, the AJ Styles Samoa Joe match I thought was really fun, but it was just an abrupt ending.
Yeah, and then like I remember people were tweeting about the fucking DX match. Or like, didn't he like jumped out of the ring or some shit? Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, he did a moonsault. And
and like this, they gotta fucking stop this for somebody who has a heart attack and dies.
Oh, fucking Triple H like tore his fucking like
his quad or pectoral
muscle and shit. Yeah, so. Because they were supposedly they're gonna have like a match between him and Batista. That was that whole.
Oh yeah, I saw that SmackDown 1000.
That was I mean, that was fun just seeing Batista back. I've always been a big fan.
Yeah,
of Batista,
I was too when I was a kid because I loved John Cena on Raw and Batista on SmackDown.
Yeah, dude. Like, no, I remember that run, dude. Like in 2005 when he fucking won that world title against Triple H. I fucking enjoyed the shit out. I was like 19 when that was going down, and that was actually definitely one of the things I like was really into in 2005, dude. And that Kurt Angle fucking
Shawn Michaels
feud from that year, dude. That was a great fucking feud too, man.
And now and then they brought him back in 2014 as Blue Tista.
Oh, dude,
the crowd just
I have.
Oh yeah, right there,
fucking there, dude. Yeah, I got fucking dude. I had to buy that action figure. Yeah.
What was it? Oh, before WrestleMania, I went to the Daniel Bryan retirement Raw too. Were you at that one?
I fucking was gonna get tickets for it. But like for some reason, I just sat and didn't like get them. I was just like, all right, well, fuck it, I'll put it off. And then by the end of it was like the show was a week out. I started working. I was like, all right, whatever. And then dude, when that shit happened, that brought fucking tears.
Yeah,
to my
I
eyes,
got
man.
on TV during that one too.
So that's fucking cool, dude.
I'll bring it up.
Yeah. So you're on fucking hard camera side on that shit.
Well, actually, like we had like the seats kind of on the opposite the camera side, but they're like up here. But then you know how like WWE like tarps off like a whole section for the cameras. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
It was like that one, but then like nobody was just sitting in those seats, so we literally moved down to like the second row.
That's fucking awesome.
And
that's fucking awesome.
It's kind of hard to see, but that's my brother in the yellow hat.
Okay.
And that's me right there.
So, yeah, okay. Dude, I made it on TV so like this like the first wrestling event I ever went to, technically, was at the Sundome. You know WCW, right?
Was it that Nitro?
It was that fucking Monday Nitro,
that Nitro?
99?
Yeah.
Like,
I watched it on the network.
Yeah. I fucking, like, you can see me. I was, like, 13 when it went down or something.
Yeah.
It was, like, 12 or 13. And, like, you fucking see me walk by, dude. I had my DX shirt on and shit. I had, like, this scraggly long hair and shit. It was during... I can't remember the match off the top of my head, but it was one of those luchador matches. I'll fucking shoot you the name or some shit at some point, but, like... Yeah, that was my first event going to it. I just remember, like, just that kid, dude. Just wide-eyed. You see the ring for the first time, you're like, holy fucking shit. It's all smaller than what you expect and stuff. And, like, I love professional wrestling, dude. I've been watching wrestling since 93. You know, fucking, like, it's been definitely, like, a weekly, like, I kind of like you, man, like, you know, during, like, 05, 04 in there, you know, like, kind of when I was in high school and, like, it was probably 02, 03, 04, 05. I really like wasn't necessarily like watching it every single week, but I always read the dirt sheets.
Yeah, like there's sometimes I don't fucking see like a SmackDown or something because I just don't. I'm like, especially like right now or in the past like year, like I'm gonna turn this on. There's gonna be 2 segments worth watching. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'll just
you gotta pick and choose what you want.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, you know, I just see it on Twitter and stuff.
3 hours of Raw is fucking bullshit.
It's very, but darn, isn't it like the network, the USA Network pays them like a shit ton to have that third hour.
So much money. It's the ridiculous thing is that they're making so much. They're making the most money as a company that they've ever fucking made, right? But like the ratings and the overall approval of the stories and whatnot is just. It's been pretty fucking lackluster.
Do you remember that Backlash pay-per-view, like, in May?
This last May?
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, that Batista fucking Samoa Joe fucking main event? That, like...
Batista.
I'm sorry, Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I just remember I didn't watch it because
I watched it.
I was at the fucking Yakima Sun Kings playoff game, but
I'd probably rather go see this.
Yeah, and I'm like, it was something cool because it was like with a girl and stuff, so I needed to do that. But like,
I was doing the podcast still with my buddy at the time. Yeah. Like we fucking like we watched like every pay-per-view fucking for like fucking straight. Dude.
I was like, but then I saw on Twitter and stuff that it was like that people were saying it was like the fucking worst pay-per-view ever, and it was like at least people stopped showing up when WCW sucked or whatever. But
yeah, dude, well, it's weird because a lot of people like will try to draw comparisons between WWE now and like the end of WCW, but like. I think I don't know if WWE will ever get to that low level of WCW. I mean,
the product may get very bad at times, but they're never not gonna damn near sell out an arena. Yeah. They're never not. They're always gonna have something that's gonna draw people in.
I just heard on the quarterly report for this last quarter. Yeah. It was in the first time in like 13 years they actually lost money on the house show market.
Really?
So. There's something to be said there, I guess.
Were you at that house show in like 2014 where it was like Ambrose and Rollins?
I didn't go to that one.
That one was like it was the week before the SummerSlam, and it was Cena and Lesnar, and I went to that with my brother, and like that was when I met Cody Rhodes.
Lesnar. Okay, cool.
That was when I met Cody Rhodes at that one, and like that place, it was like fucking half full. And then I wondered because they didn't come back again till like last year in the fall.
I took my kids to that, and there was like nobody there for
Reigns, and I had first row for that too. but it was like Reigns and Strowman and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good show.
Dude, my youngest, like, he's like 7, dude, and like he like fucking was just like, I saw his eyes, dude, just like fucking when Strowman, either one of them went through the table or whatever.
It was
He's just like, oh my god, like, just like go back to that growing up watching it as a kid, dude. It's just amazing.
So I guess my dad's coworker, her kid used to work at Popeyes, and apparently fucking Roman Reigns went through the Popeyes drive-thru while they were here.
Oh no shit!
Yeah, and like they're all fucking rushing to the window.
Dude, they came all the way up Knob Hill just for Popeyes.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. It's fucking good. Fucking Popeyes is good.
Yeah, I had
Popeyes,
it for dinner
dude.
before I came up here.
Dude, hell yeah! I love Popeyes. That's one like fast food I will go out of my way to eat. So,
but what was it? Oh, I don't know. My friend told me like his uncle used to work at Tony's Steakhouse. You know, that used to be on the
yeah, I know.
They said like one of the times that WWE was here, fucking Cena went there and
no shit,
dropped a big ass tip or something.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it, dude. I've heard like I've never really had too many experiences like with meeting these wrestlers, dude. Like I met. Like you saw when I met Pete Dunne, dude. Like I wasn't even like really that nervous about it. Like I walked up to him and I knew like I was just gonna get a picture really quick, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Great fucking match, fucking Tyler." And like, dude, they fucking tore it down, dude.
So when I met,
oh man,
a lot of them. Oh, so when I met Rey Mysterio, I told him, I'm like, "Yo, what did it feel like getting thrown like a dart into a production trailer by Kevin Nash?" And he was like, he starts laughing and he's like, "Oh, I was a little too young and reckless back then." No, was it Jeff Hardy? I didn't talk too much to him, and then Daniel Bryan.
I heard all those guys went after that Lucha show because they had that Lucha show, that independent Lucha show at the Sundome a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And
MVP and Jeff Hardy were at SportsCenter. I saw on Instagram.
Dude, I heard about that. I love MVP, dude. MVP's the shit, dude.
If you pay, I don't know. Do you like a basketball fan at all? Like,
me?
Yeah.
Ever since the Sonics left 10 years ago, I haven't really paid too much attention. But I mean, I'm a general sports fan.
You know LeVar Ball, like
I know LeVar.
So they said MVP back when he was on SmackDown and stuff. They said he was the LeVar Ball of WWE.
He looks like LeVar Ball. Yeah, he kind of does, dude. That's a good. I never really thought about that shit.
They're like, I used to be this like big troll on Twitter back in the day, and like I got so many wrestlers just fucking block me.
Well, that's badass, dude.
Drew McIntyre. Did you ever hear that story about when that leaked text where he said he was like beating off in the gym? Did you ever see that?
Oh, I never.
It was some leaked text to Chavo Guerrero. And he was like talking about he was like beating off in the gym. So like
that one went past me, dude.
We were all we were all like tweeting something to him about that, and then he blocked me. So then all my friends were like telling him to unblock me. So then he did, and then I said something else later on, and then he blocked me again. Jeez. And then like I said I did something to like troll Matt Hardy like way back in his TNA days, and he blocked me. Jeez. And then when Trump got elected president, he's like, due to the dark days in our country, I've forgiven everyone I've blocked. And then he has me unblocked now. And then fucking Scott Hall has me blocked.
What the hell did you say to Scott Hall to block him?
So he posted his picture of like, he's like a fucking perv. Like some picture, some like revealing picture of a chick. I'm like, yo, like I think someone needs to call Chris Hansen on you. And then he was like,
that's awesome.
He was like, F you. Like, he didn't say fuck you. He said F you.
Yeah.
All my girls are legal. Blow me. He tweeted that back to me. And then
that's a badge of honor, dude.
I said something else to him once. I said, like, you're 50 years old. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. And then he was like, I'm 56, actually. Blow me. And then he blocked me.
You just feel like we were just infatuated with your penis, Scott.
You ever see like he once tweeted like a picture of like his Christmas tree in his living room, and then he was watching porn on his TV?
Oh my god, dude! Scott Hall's fucking. I don't know. That's a fucking whole chapter.
Oh, and Kevin Nash has me blocked too.
Kevin, the whole gotta fucking might as well. What about X-Pac?
I think China has me blocked too before she died.
Dude, all right, we gotta end the fucking podcast on that note, bro. I don't think we get any fucking higher than China blocking you before you die. She dies, dude. Well, fucking Jack Hennessey, thank you for coming on the podcast. I know one listens to you, bro. Fucking this shit was badass, man. Fucking for sure, man. Fucking well, we'll definitely have to have you back on fucking for a part 2, dude.
Yeah,
we'll fucking have to have you back.
I'm down for it.
Hell yeah, dude. Is there anything you got? This is like the time where I give everybody to like promote something or like anything you got going on.
Nah, just check me out at Sports Center every
Hell yeah,
Tuesday
dude.
night.
So yeah, dude, we'll plug the fucking Sports Center open
Yeah,
mic,
definitely.
dude. 7:30 fucking sign up, 8 o'clock show.
Yeah,
Dude. Be there,
be square.
Hell yeah, motherfuckers. We'll see you guys next time.
Nobody move, there's blood on the floor. And I can't find my heart. Where did it go? Did I leave it in the cold? So please give it back, cause it's not yours to take. It must have fell when I lost my mind. Deep in the cup, drowning in pain. Somebody help, cause I can't find my way. Nobody move, nobody move. Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to feel when I'm sitting here knowing this ain't real. Why in the world would I give my heart to you just to watch you throw it in the trash? I've been juggling so long, I don't think I can hold on. Where were you when I needed you the most? Now I'm sitting here with the black hole in my chest. A heartless, broken mess.